She messages me out of the blue and says, I need to tell you something. She goes, me and so are going to pursue a relationship. I just wanted to tell you. That so was my baby father.
So you telling me this entire time that they have been friends and been dealing with each other's baby daddies, her best friend has been looking at her baby daddy? Welcome back to another episode of Clocked Out Conversations. I'm your host, Fahim, and today we got some more TikTok content. My now ex-best friend of 14 years became my son's stepmother. Part 1. This is insanity. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and let's get into it.
My ex-best friend of 14 years became my son's stepmother. Not saying any names. Y'all could piece it together. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just interested in telling the story. I could care less about it being exposed since it already kind of was exposed. So, yeah. I met this girl around 5th, 6th grade when I would visit my dad. He lived in the town that she lived in, and she lived right around the corner from him. We were super close. We played outside together all the time. We kind of grew up from playing outside to drinking our first drink, to smoking our first blunt, to having our first kiss, to going to our first club. You know, all the little child to adolescent, teenage milestones into adulthood. She was close with my family. I was cool with hers. It was very known that we were very close. Everybody knew it. It wasn't a secret. It wasn't like we were fair weather friends. We were extremely close. Even in school, like, she was fighting with somebody, I'm ready to fight with her. If somebody messing with her, I'm taking them down. We went through a lot of shit together, as far as like shit she went through with men, shit I went through with men, like, you know, just the whole shebang. Anything like lifelong best friends would go through. When she became 19, she became pregnant with twins, and she had 2 twins, boys, and it was beautiful. Even though she was young and she was kind of ruining her life because she claims that the child's father was immature, which I'm sure he was, and I'm sure what she was saying at the time was very accurate. And you know, I had her back. I had her back. She got pregnant. She had to like leave college, and she was ready to raise her kids. Now, mind you, she still lived at home with mom. There was a small period of time where I don't think we fell apart necessarily. I think I was going through like a really horrible relationship, and she was trying, like, with my other friend to help me. And I got through that, obviously, and we remained cool. We still remained friends. This was somebody who was going to be a bridesmaid in my wedding. When I had my first child, I went through a lot with my son's father, and she would be right there with me, coaching me on how to put him on child support, coaching me on how to handle him, because she was very well versed in that. She did have, I believe she had kids.
Bro, y'all didn't give each other advice on the type of good men you should deal with? God damn. She said she gave me advice on how to put him on child support. Damn. You setting the bar that low? But this is crazy. So you went through all of this with this girl, and she became the stepmother of your sons? Stepmother of your sons?
Like, shortly before me. I was pregnant. Sorry. I remember I was pregnant at her baby shower. So we were kind of pregnant at the same time, but she had them first. I had them after. So she was like talking mad shit about my baby daddy's family. I was showing her what I was going through. I wasn't just telling her. Like, she was seeing with her own eyes that, like, you know, I was struggling. He was a non-provider. He was a cheater, a liar. His family was weird. You know, she was seeing this. It wasn't like she was just a fair weather friend on the internet and like just hearing. She was watching it in real time. She was helping me, you know, file things. She was sitting in, you know, my family's backyard all the time with her. Our kids would play together. My family would include her on family holidays, Christmas. My grandmother would buy her kids little gifts when it was like gatherings. Like, it was like that. We were so close. Like, she would call my grandma. She called my grandma because she was looking for an apartment. She was, you know what I'm saying? She had communication with my family outside of me. So with that all being said, you can tell that we were very close. Like, she knew that, you know, my baby daddy did me dirty. that he, especially while I was pregnant, she knew all like the nitty gritty details. She knew that he was like not a provider and not really taking care of his responsibilities as a dad. She knew all this. She's seen it. She witnessed it. She was helping me fight it. Fast forward, I got pregnant with my second child. I was in another relationship by then. You know, had been left my baby daddy, and I was pregnant with my second child. And we were still close. Like, we would still talk even up. We would still talk to the point where we were having conversation about planning my gender reveal for my second child. So she had gotten pregnant again with her third child, still living under her mother's roof with the same baby daddy that she claimed abused her, wasn't a provider, was a piece of shit. She told me that she actually planned this third child, that they planned the third child after she bashed her baby daddy. Cool. No judgment here. You know what I'm saying? But I did tell her, like, girl, like, you don't have to do this. Like, you can't even sustain yourself. Like, you literally live in your mom's roof. Like, your mom's not livid right now. But she decided to keep the baby. And listen, babies are a blessing. So now this girl has 3 kids in her mom's roof. And I'm kind of like, damn, bitch. Like, you know, it's time to get your life together because this ain't it.
Babies are a blessing. Yeah, babies are a blessing. The ability or the lack of ability to take care of the babies is a curse.
But I don't say anything to anybody. I keep my thoughts to myself because she's already pregnant. What the fuck? I'm gonna make her feel bad? Like, no, it's my friend. I'm not saying nothing. So as we're talking about my gender reveal, the conversation kind of died out, and I'm pretty sure she got busy. She has a newborn, I believe, is from the month of like born to like 3 months, I would say. So the baby was still in a newborn phase. She messages me out of the blue and says, I need to tell you something. I don't remember like the specific wording, but that. She goes, me and so are going to pursue a relationship. I just wanted to tell you. That so was my baby father. The same baby father that fucked me over, doesn't handle his responsibilities as a father, $4,000 back in child support, crazy family, crazy situation, my best friend getting in a relationship with a newborn. So I sat there for a minute because I swear I thought she was joking. I mean, girl, you just had a baby, a third one, living in your mom's house. That means you were just having sex with your baby daddy. You were just with your baby daddy. What am I missing? So I tell my boyfriend at the time, like, yo, like, this bitch playing. Because there's no way. Like, there's no way that made sense. Like, girl, you doing too much. Like, you're funny. No. She was dead ass. And I never heard from her again after that, by the way. So I'm like confused. Because I'm like, where is this coming from? How long? You just had a baby. You were just still having sex with your baby daddy. Like, very recently. Like, I'm talking about after the baby was born. When did you have time to, after just having a baby and just being with your baby daddy, date mine?
Bro. Wait, bro. Because women are that shiesty, bruh. For any woman that's in, because a lot of women watch my content, like I said before, put in the comments, are women that shiesty? So you telling me this entire time that they have been friends and been dealing with each other's baby daddies, respectively, her best friend has been looking at her baby daddy? Because it didn't just start now. She didn't just start finding him attractive now. She found him attractive that whole time. And that means them thoughts been pondering in her mind all of these years. That's so shiesty, bruh. And now she's going to be the stepmother of your kids.
Also, why would you ever want to date somebody who had a child with your best friend? Hello? And me crashing out had nothing to do with the man. Like, I did send her a message and it just had nothing to do with the man. Like, I moved on already. I was already in another relationship, having another baby. It's the principle of, you're my friend. What are you doing? Hello? Are you okay? Are you, like, is this a joke? Like, where's Ashton Kutcher? So I called my baby daddy and I'm like, you know why I'm calling you, right? And he's like, why? And I go, well, I got a message from my best friend saying this. Is this what's going on? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, and that makes sense to you? And he's like, well, and I'm like, so if your guy best friend decided to start having a relationship with me, that would make sense. He goes, well, if that happened to me, I wouldn't be friends with that person. So it's not a red flag to you that your baby mama's best friend wants to be with you, and you don't see that as a red flag as a person. Like fuck what she did to me or how it affected me in her relationship. You don't see her as being a grimy person in general. If you're saying you wouldn't be friends with somebody that does that, then what makes you want to date somebody who does that? But I digress, because okay, that's what y'all choose. Whatever. Y'all are both weird as fuck. And this whole situation is weird.
She is making valid points. I'm hearing nothing but good logic here. Nothing but good logic.
Everything he ever said about me negative, that made me a horrible person and a horrible mother, which never been me. But he was so bitter that he curated this whole narrative of me when whatever. Everything he ever said about me that was negative applies to her, like in her behavior. But yet it's excusable for her to do it and for her to be like that. But when I did it, I was a bad mom. I was hurt. I was fucking hurt and confused. And I was pregnant, so obviously my hormones. So my baby daddy's sister-in-law, which also happens to be one of my old best friends who started dating and ended up marrying his twin brother, but we're going to clock that tea another time. She told me that it was my hormones making me act that way, that I shouldn't overreact. And oh, girl, what?
The gaslighting is crazy. The gaslighting is crazy. To try to make it seem as if she is the crazy one for accurately assessing the situation, but then referring to the fact that she's pregnant as a reference for manipulation, to call her crazy. If the Olympics included gaslighting, whoever told her that would have won it. For sure.
You see how I'm constantly gaslit? Like, I can't make this shit up. Go to part 2. It gets juicier. My ex-best friend of 14 years became my son's stepmother. Part 2. So the sister-in-law's on the phone with me. She is making me seem like I am nuts. Like this is not abnormal. Like, she made a comment that it's like, oh, you can't, people can't control like who they like you can't control what people do. I can absolutely control not falling in love and fucking with my friends, exes, baby daddies. Definitely have control over that. That was definitely a choice. But she gaslit me so hard, made it seem like, oh, like you're just hormonal. Girl, even if I didn't have a baby, this would be like, this is just not normal. Like, I asked her, I asked sister-in-law, like, if your best friend did this to you, oh, I would be her. What is wrong with you people? Like, am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm seeing stuff that other people aren't seeing. So I hang up the phone with her because she was just, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I couldn't believe that everybody was making me the crazy one, that this just came out. So I left that alone with her because I wasn't trying to curse her out. Like, real talk, I wasn't trying to curse her out. And I was already going through a lot of shit when I was pregnant. So it wasn't giving. So I definitely sent my ex-best friend a few paragraphs, and of course she ignored them because she's scary and can't, face the shit that she does. And so of course I called one of my other friends because I was whatever. And you know what everybody that talked to me about this says? You're surprised? Yeah, what do you mean? Of course I'm surprised. What? Like, this is not left field? And everybody that I talked to from our school said, the fact that you're surprised and you didn't see that obviously she would have done this to you, she's been grimy. How do you not see that? Do you guys not see a pattern in how I am constantly allowing grimy people in my life and not seeing, like, having no discernment, no judgment, like, not seeing it? Now you can see, like, I was not picking friends right, obviously. Like, I was not doing well at that. So then people started pointing out, like, all the fucked up shit she would do. And I'm like, well, yeah, that doesn't make, like, I'm starting to really think about it. Like, well, damn, yeah, that's fucked up. Or, yeah, and people started coming forward with their stories and their experience with her. And I'm like, now to think of it, like, yeah, that didn't make sense. Like, yeah, that, yeah. Like, yeah. Like, then you start realizing, like, holy shit, bitch been, like, a grimy bitch.
This is why you're supposed to choose your friends wisely. Now, in her situation, it's that much more crazy given that they have been friends since they were little kids. They're just about sisters. They've been friends since forever. So to think that somebody who has been that close to you for that long of a time would do something this ridiculous, I can see how it can go over somebody's head. But it's still unacceptable nonetheless.
And then I started to realize, like, oh my God, like, how did I not see it? You know what's even crazier? The 4th of July prior, my baby daddy and I were maybe possibly working on reconciling. That shit lasted a week because I realized he was still, like, an immature non-provider. But we went, while she was pregnant with her third child, we went together to her 4th of July barbecue. And she was with her baby daddy and I was with mine. And now everybody's making me think, how long was this going on? Apparently, it was going on, like, while she was pregnant. That's an allegedly. So now I feel betrayed. I'm raging. I'm pregnant. I'm pissed. So I'm on the phone with my other friends and they're like, oh, like, none of us are surprised. Like, the whole anybody I went to high school with, they had stories for, like, all the grimy shit she's done to them. They're like, she's been doing this shit. Then her baby daddy was pissed because what she started to do was, immediately when she started dating my baby daddy exclusively, making him the dad. She made her kids call my baby daddy dad and called their biological father, like, that's not their dad. Like, she would tell them, that's not your father, like, this man is. And he became her kid's dad, like, very quickly. And then it came out that she was actually pregnant. So she had a baby, a newborn, and then now she's pregnant with my son's father.
Do you know how crazy that is? So she was having relations with her baby daddy while she was pregnant with her current baby daddy's child. They had already been seeing each other. Then she went on to have her current baby daddy's child and got pregnant again by her baby daddy. This is TV show movie worthy, bruh. This Netflix worthy. Excuse me? They've been doing it. And then she's so grimy that she's going to manipulate the children into calling her baby daddy their father. Completely disparaging the actual father of those children. Good Lord. Good Lord.
Everything moved so fast. And all I kept thinking was, I wonder how his family feels about this, because for such a Christian, godly family, there's no way, at least I had faith in his mother. I did. I had faith in his mother, and I would tell my family, because my family's like, oh, I knew his family was trash. No, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure his mom is definitely telling him about himself. No, they all definitely were oddly really liking this girl for a lot. And it's so funny because all the things they condemn me for, she does the same exact things. That's when I learned, like, people just it's just because it's you. Just because it's you. And I was so shocked his family was co-signing this, that the pastor and the bishop, they were heavily involved in church, that the pastor and the bishop were co-signing this and were eating this up, but like the pastor bishop had a problem with me. And I was like so confused. First of all, as a mother, when I look at that situation, if that was my son, I would be like, you know what? I support you. Like, you know, you make your own decisions, but to me, that doesn't sit right. Why would your baby mama's best friend want to date you? That's grimy. Like, I wouldn't trust a bitch like that. I would tell my son that because I would keep it real. Then all of a sudden, she found Jesus. She started going to their weird ass church, like being like a Bible thumper, posting Bible quotes. I swear that the horrible person to Christian Bible thumper timeline needs to be studied by psychologists, because what is even that?
I say that all the time. A hoe's final resting place is the church. A grimy mug's last resting place is the church. This is clear evidence of it. You got a grimy female. Did her best friend of decades this grimy. And now she got the nerve to be online posting Bible quotes. Jezebel.
So then I just had to eat it. And it fucking pissed me off that you're willing to lose a friend. Me and her have never had beef, never had problems. I've always had her back. You're willing to lose a friend for a man who can't even take care of his one child. What makes you think he's going to take care of your three? So I'm thinking, like, that's so weird. Like, he's back in arrears, $4,000, the same thing she condemns her baby daddy for, because she had him on child support at one point before they got back together and had a third child. He's not taking care of his responsibilities. He's not a provider. Everything that you're bashing your baby daddy for, why do you want my deadbeat baby daddy? Why do you want my broke baby daddy? I'm not understanding. And people were like, she wanted your life. And I'm like, why would you want my life? My life with him sucked. He's a fucking loser. He's a fucking pathological liar. He's a cheater. He's a bum. He's dirty. Like, the fuck? My life was ass with him. I didn't have a good life with him. What gave? She saw everything I went through. What gave I had a good life with him? What does she think? He's going to get with her and become this mega millionaire and become this great father and this great man? Girl. Now, mind you, a lot happened in between. A lot happened after that. Like, a lot of crazy shit happened. But I want to save that series of events for another story time, because it's more serious story time. But just know that after they got together and all this stuff happened, she started helping him and his family come after me. She started testifying in court against me for him. She started making up shit and lying. Like, she started actually becoming my enemy, which she already was. I mean, no real friend would do what she did. But yeah, she started going, like, she started helping them attack me and come after me. They lost, and the court called her out for lying, and him. She didn't get away with it. But she deadass became my op over a man who can't give her nothing. And that was in 2022. It's 2025. So she has 3 kids. They had the fourth one. So now they have 4 kids still living in her mother's house. He has not put a roof over their head. He has not done anything substantial to provide for her. He actually owes me $11,000 that's on his arrears. He can barely pay his full child support. My son asked him for $10. He said he couldn't give it. He coaches her son's wrestling team. Never been involved. He doesn't even know our son's teacher's name. Now, I'm going to get to the real fucking crazy story. Get ready.
What kind of crazy shit? Yo, this is wicked. This is wicked. This is pretty wicked. I'm gonna go ahead and find the other story times. It'll probably be in a different video, but this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.